I didn't even look at the lineups. I was just looking at ships like, oh yeah, we're not going to be playing this game right now. All right. Well, let's tell you what. Why don't we let's see here. Let's get the camera positioned. I'm going to go ahead and roll into the game screen, Zath, and let's start talking about lineups. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. So TSIOF is bringing now again another one of the rules. You cannot change the ships. So and I believe also you can't change the captain build and all that, which won't apply here because there wasn't enough time for that. But we've got ourselves a legendary radar Yu Yang. Yep, we got Kleber, a Marceau, a Salem, a Stalingrad, another Stalingrad, a Des Moines, an Ohio, and a second Ohio for TSIOF. What do we have for Yellow K?
Yellow K going for a lot of health here in this lineup. Well, I say that their battleships are a little on the low side. You know, you're looking at double Ohio on the TSIOF side. We're going double Schlieffen here for Yellow Kraken, fronted by double Stalingrad, Marseille, and Napoli. And then their destroyer lineup a little different, going for a Vamp Deuce and double Kleber. Now, one thing that I hadn't realized about this map, Zat, that I want to point out to make sure everybody sees it before we get too far away, the spawns are now offset. If you'll notice, these two teams are not spawning in the center of the map, which would be about another grid line over from where they spawned. They spawned basically on the 4-5 line rather than the 5-6 line. And I can only assume that has to do with the particulars of this new cap configuration we're working with here on Islands of Ice.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is make it so that the gambit of going to C cap, or it's even more of a risk, right?
It's an incredible risk now. Look how far away you are from it.
Exactly.
Well, poor Ziggy, I think we're going to have a little bit of an early rumble here at B. We're diving a whole bunch of firepower here in from the TSIOF side. All three of their destroyers playing sort of near the cap, as Ziggy's Kleber is going to charge in here, but Ziggy has no support. Look how far back behind him his team is.
Well, that is true, but you can see that there's this little spot here. Now, remember, B cap has been shrunk. So there's this
B cap is tiny now.
This little spot here. Basically, Ziggy has to, like, properly moor the ship, and he came in a little bit too hot there. Going to be forced to back up. He's going to get out of the cap. He's going to go right back into the cap, doing an Austin Powers maneuver. And the thing is, the enemy team, right, TSIOF is already in the B cap. So they're just going to sit there and menacingly, I don't know.
Look, yes, stare at each other, basically. It seems like Ziggy's job at the moment is just to hold this cap down from being picked up. So he's gonna be doing that. A whole lot of firepower here from Yolo Kraken here, headed over to the 1-2 line. Only a Des Moines.
Yeah.
Doc, he says Des Moines is the only enemy ship that they're opposing them basically on this half of the map, Zaf. You have to wonder how long before they figure that out.
Well, and the other thing, too, is if you look at it, we already have kind of a toilet bowl going, right? The bulk of the forces are on opposite ends, and they're just going to swing through their particular side. I'm very interested in the fact that neither team sent any sort of radar cruiser assets to the, Echo Foxtrot 4 island. That's a place that's a pretty strong position to go with a Des Moines or a Moskva, depending on which side you're on. The south side kind of suffers because of that town, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. This is traditionally a very strong place for a radar cruiser or some kind of hydro destroyer to help lock down the A-cap. But at the same time, the A-cap is now so much farther west than it used to be.
Yep.
And it is smaller. This iceberg here used to be the middle of the cap. The cap circle extended all the way to the edge of this island.
Yep.
And now there's got to be at least a 2 or 3 kilometer gap, if not more, between that island and the new edge of the cap circle.
Yeah. Capturing is much more difficult. Now, I say that as AK Doggo manages to grab Charlie pretty much uncontested. And he's got radar, but he doesn't even need to use it because he's up against Klebers. Interesting. You had mentioned why choosing this. Yesterday on stream, Mini Hannibal jumped in. He said, "Oh, hey, stream signups are on." I'm like, "Dude, let's go!" And
let's go, baby.
I grabbed this one versus YK0 immediately. One, YK0, of course, you know, we know none of these guys anymore, actually. Not scared.
That's correct. We don't know any of them anymore.
I know, not scared. But we used to play with them in clan battles and stuff once upon a full moon ago. And then TSIOF, I picked them because they went all the way to the finals in Clash of the Classes 5.
Okay.
Very
Which is
strong.
that you cast that I did not.
Yes, I cast it with Game Prodigy. Very strong team. And I don't see him. He's on the roster, but I don't see him. They had a guy, you would have loved him. It was Rebrand Steve. This guy, this dude, took a Giulio Cesare and 1v1'd Massachusetts several times and won.
Nice.
Think about that for a second.
Nice. Well, Ziggy now getting pressured heavily by Chaos Cow's Marceau. Chaos pushing him out. I think they're going to push him out to where the opposing Kleber or this Ohio are going to have shots on him. Chaos is taking some pain.
That's the
for his
problem.
play here.
That's
He's
the
now
problem.
basically nowhere to run. He's going to have to dive the cap himself. But, Zath, I don't know how they're going to get Ziggy out of here alive. I don't think they can.
No, I think what we're going to end up seeing is a trade of both destroyers here.
Gary just got smacked by somebody. Gary's Ohio taking a big chunk of damage there.
Wow, I see that now.
Yep.
Probably the Schlieffen down to the south.
Ziggy at 2,600 and falling, trying to get some damage into Chaos Cow. The other Kleber right in his face. They're going to get Ziggy here. It can't be stopped now. There it is.
This is a textbook how to dig out a ship. Hopefully,
Exactly right.
hopefully Chaos Cow does not lose his ship in the process. He's trying desperately to dodge and be skinny.
He's got to try and find some cover. Whole lot of secondary shells going in. 1,000 HP for Chaos Cow.
He's dark.
He is finally on. He is finally dark. No
He
eyes
saved the
on him
ship.
anymore.
Wow.
So they're up a ship, up a cap now, TSIOF. 6 minutes into the game one here of our first day of qualifiers.
Look at the Vamp Deuce, Buddy Christ 22, smoke pushing with the Schlieffen in support.
Wow.
Schlieffen not even using his guns, because if he's not using his guns, he's dark. Nobody
He's
can
not
see him.
spotted. That's right. His secondaries are doing all the work here.
That's right.
On Doc, he says Des Moines. Wow, this is some advanced technique here, Zath. This is not easy to pull off.
No.
The coordination that this requires is notable.
Now, I covered a replay of Mar Draco doing this exact thing, so I'm going to call it the Mar Draco maneuver.
These secondaries are just murdering poor Doc. He say he can't prevent it. He
Nope.
can't even see his tormentor because of that smoke.
No.
What a well-executed push.
He committed the cardinal sin, which is getting stuck bow in.
Yes.
He had all this time to actually turn his ship around and go stern on. That would have given him a lot more room to maneuver.
Mr. Snuffleupagus is Marseille taking a big hit over here as he's trying to get his bow turned into the middle of the board. Both teams on a kill now. But TSIOF on a comfortable lead here based on that early cap advantage.
Yeah, but take a look at Bazinga 20 Stalingrad all the way on the 10 line. He's in big trouble right now. He's got Schlieffen, Napoli, and Kleber in his area.
Well, I'm not sure that Gary in the middle of the board is doing much better. Is Ohio now under 15,000 and falling? His next heal is 20 seconds away. I think they're gonna pick up this kill, Zath.
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle on this one.
He's very exposed out there, nowhere to run. He goes down. Bazinga manages to navigate the torpedoes in front of him. But he's got a Schlieffen right around the corner waiting, probably waiting for this shot.
Gonna say, but wait, there's more torpedoes coming.
Schlieffen's guns aren't even looking.
Wait, was Bazinga firing HE right there?
I think he was.
Yeah, it looked like he was.
I wasn't paying attention. I was actually looking at Admiral Ballsy. I love that name, Zap.
Yeah.
I was looking to see where the Schlieffen guns were looking, and they weren't even looking at Bazinga. I mean, Bazinga's basically flat broadside at this guy. Beautiful shot. Guns aren't even looking at it.
Yep. He's on fire. Looks like he's flooding as well. Bazinga.
Yep. Bazinga's on 6K. They're going to get him going out.
There goes Ballsy. But look at the mini-map. I mean, YOLO K has completely surrounded TSIOF.
They really have at this point. I mean, we're tied on ships now. Seven ships still left in play for both teams. TSIOF very significantly upside down on health, and they are getting hammered from all directions here.
Look at Not Scared trying to do something. Nope.
Napoli versus Stalingrad. Napoli going out. Is he going to take the Stalin with him? He is.
Ooh, nice play by Not Scared.
That's a big trade. That's a big trade. Schlieffen, both Stalingrads for TSIOF going out right there back-to-back as we approach the halfway mark of the game.
Yeah, Not Scared would have done a lot better. Unfortunately, Bazinga had radar available.
Aster Destro's Kleber under tremendous pressure here. 2,500 and falling. Sea Lord Salem, 4,800 or so. His next heal, 25 seconds away. He basically just has to hide and cross his fingers.
Mm-hmm. Roman has some torps coming in. There goes Master Destro. More
Destro
torps coming in
out.
on Thrillman.
TSIOF still clinging to the lead. But man, is it a narrow lead now.
Yeah, Thrillman didn't use his Hydro. It's available. I guess he kind of forgot he had it?
Yeah, I think he's regretting that decision now. He took some big torpedo hits there.
Yep, there's the Hydro.
Yep, YK0's Stalingrad finally into B. They're hydrating. They've got AK Doggo's Yang locked up on this Schlieffen and the Vampire Hydro right in front of him.
Looking kind of sexy here. We got the Yu Yang using his radar, so they know Buddy Christ is right in front of the Schlieffen.
Yep. Yang radar going down right about now-ish.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep, remember, Yang's got those deep water torps.
Somehow Buddy is still lit. Buddy actually has torpedoes coming in. He's going to eat one of these, Zath.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Disaster.
Ooh, it's a disaster.
Oh, no.
It really is.
That's a terrible loss for YOLO. Now AK Doggo going to try and maybe try to torpedo rush the Schlieffen?
Well, he can. The problem is the Marseille is back there, too.
Marseille is right there. Is his reload booster ready?
No, he doesn't have any. Oh, you mean the Marseille.
Oh,
or the Yu Yang.
It's the Marseilles I'm talking about.
Yeah. The Yu Yang does not have torpedo reload booster.
Why are they not using the reload booster? I guess they figured
they didn't need it.
Yeah.
And rip those torpedoes. So that was
indeed
unfortunate.
2 quick lead changes. We're still up. TSIOF now down 2 ships. Now with the flip of the B cap, we've had a lead change for good here. Real OK moving out to their first lead of the game with a little under 9 minutes to play, but this game is not going to take that long.
No.
I'm still shocked Chaos Cal's alive. That Marceau, man, 600 HP, just has to throw torps and cross his fingers, man.
He did a fantastic job of making sure he would live, yes.
He really did. Sea Lord Bao went here to the Schlieffen. The Schlieffen's secondary is a loner enough to wipe him out. Oh, firing HE. No, that's not the play.
Oof.
Put AP into his broadside. Put AP into that broadside, sir.
Nope.
Not enough.
The enemy is about to win.
Pretty much all over but the crying here.
That's right.
TSIOF.
And basically now we're just waiting on Jordan Grievous to die.
I mean, basically all of their surviving health is tied up in this Ohio. He's got nowhere to go. He can't run. He does take the Schlieffen with him.
That's good.
But that's not. It gives them a little bit of hope. But if we're honest, it's a bit of false hope. They're just not going to be able to get back in this game. They're about to lose control of the C cap. Upside down over 100,000 HP. It's just a matter of time.
The enemy is about to win.
So, Raptor, this is our first glimpse of the changed Islands of Ice. What do you think?
Man, I tell you, I liked YOLO K's positional choices better, and here's why. They spawned on the 4 line, basically, and so they went heavy to the nearest cap, which was the A cap, right? That cap is significantly closer to you than the C cap.
Yes.
TSIOF took their time and went and tried to play the island chain and pick up the C cap, and I guess use that on the islands to kind of hold B. But I think it takes so long to get over to that position that the C cap is perhaps a bit of a trap.
Yeah, I think so. You saw
at least early.
There was that moment where I commented, right, how TSIOF was completely surrounded because it took so long for them to get into C. Once they got there, they just couldn't get out.
Yeah, and that's the trick, is that, so I think as we see more Islands of Ice over the course of the event, it's going to be, first of all, I think this is a map that not many teams are going to want to play, right? Because this is a very difficult map to execute well. Just looking at it here, right? If you spawn, let's just drop a marker here. Let's say you're going to spawn in about H4, H5, something like that, right? Maybe even like I4, I5, somewhere in here. The C cap is so far away. And it's behind those islands, so you're funneled through certain lanes to get there, which makes you more predictable to take torpedoes, potentially.
Right.
Once you're there, you have to try and fight your way back into the middle of the board, and you've got to come through, again, predictable avenues of advance because of that picket fence of islands. I just, man, that's going to be a real challenge, I think. A real challenge for teams to adapt to.
Mm-hmm.
I like the changes because it makes the map more interesting, but man, does it make it a lot more difficult.
Well, and you had commented.
Colbert Torps here.
Just the one.
Okay.
Marcel finally goes down.
Does indeed. But that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. YOLO K claiming game 1 here on our first day of qualifiers.
That's right. Now that's the that's YOLO K Overdrive, I believe. YOLO Kraken Overdrive.
Is that what the overdrive? Is that what the O means? Okay.
Yes.
All right.